In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape Google Maps automatically using N8N. This will allow you to scrape business information such as emails, phone numbers, contact information, really whatever you see on Google Maps, you can use that information to sell to other businesses as leads. You can use that to cold call people, whatever purpose you want. So the first step we're going to do is click on trigger manually. Yes, you can use a webhook or a Slack or Telegram to start this whole thing, but I want you guys to understand the foundations first of how this works, because once you understand it once, you can do that for whatever use case you want, whatever app integration, Airtable, whatever that is. So I'm going to double click on test workflow here. And the most important thing we need to actually scrape Google Maps is what exactly are we going to search for and what location is that going to be. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to type in query will be, let's just do dentist. Location, we can just do Florida. Why not? So I don't think I need to format it. I'm going to click on save here. The next step is going to be adding an HTTP module. So I'm going to go here, type in HTTP request. And here's an important part. So you see a lot of videos online telling you to use maps.google.com. And this used to work. The problem is that Google doesn't like you scraping their website. Like, why would they? They would rather you just go to google.com. Google will be able to tell whether it's a bot or not, right? In this case, it is a bot. It's not a real human doing this, right? We both know that. So oftentimes what you'll see many videos do is they'll kind of type in user agent here, and they'll kind of mock like it's a different type of user. Like they'll have kind of like a Mozilla with an iPhone, right? Pretending like it's a mobile device or something. At least in 2025 right now, I've found this to be still ineffective. I think Google has kind of caught on to us, and we got to kind of up our game there. So I don't like using maps.google anymore. Like, it sometimes works, but 90% of the time it doesn't. What I personally prefer instead is API-Fi. If you've never heard of it before, it's a general scraping, I guess, store, if you will. You can scrape on Instagram, Google Maps, LinkedIn, TikTok, it doesn't really matter. For today's video, we will be using Google Maps email extractor. And bear in mind, yes, there is a little bit of a cost to it, but if you just sign up for this, you will get $5 of free credits. So that's more than enough to kind of try it out. So the first thing we're going to do is get the URL. So I'm going to go to API here and click on API endpoints. So this is your special URL with like access to your account to use API-Fi and use the Google scraper. I'm just gonna pick on run actor synchronously and get the dataset items. Copy this link here and paste it here. So now we have our URL here. Let's add a body. It will be JSON, and let's just using JSON here. And what we're gonna do next is come back here, click on JSON, and copy all this information. This is telling API-Fi what exactly are we trying to scrape. So if I zoom in here, right, this is a problem, right? We don't want to just keep searching New York. We want this to be dynamic based on what we actually input in the first place. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm also going to get rid of the search strings. You can add multiple, but what we're going to do is take this query and drop it here, right? Because we want to search for dentist in this simple case. It looks like I put it in the wrong place. And then location, I'm going to replace that with my location query here. And if I zoom out here, so if these values change, then this payload over here, this JSON information will also change, and then your results will also change, which is exactly what we want. So I'm gonna exit out of this, and I think that should be good. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna click on test step. And as you can see, the results we get back is a couple dentists. So Stephen L. Beckett, we get the city, we get the address, the phone number, right, which is what we actually care about. So if I just go to table here, I think it'll be a better format. We got Stephen, we got family dentistry, Draper Dental, and so on. So now we got 5 results. Obviously, if you want to increase the amount of results, just increase this number here. If you want to add multiple search strings, like if you want dentists, chiropractors, medical practitioners, you just increase like that. That's how you kind of play with this. But I'm going to keep it simple for this example. All right, nice. Now we have the data. Let's actually put this somewhere. So before that, let's clean up this data. We've got a ton of stuff here, but I don't need this URL. I really don't need the neighborhood and all that stuff. So I'm going to clean it up by using a split out module. So I'm going to click on this. And in terms of properties that I want to kind of keep, I'm going to do title here. I'm going to do address as well. I want the full address. I want the phone number. We can have it formatted. That looks good. And maybe just a search string, right? Because if I want to be searching for multiple things, I want to know where exactly did it get this data from in the first place. So I'm going to click on test step here. And the output we get back is like this nice orderly JSON here. It's in table format of the title, address, phone number, search string. Perfect. Now that we have this data, let's just put this somewhere, right? We don't want to come into N8N and have to look at this every single time. And a scrapers typically run 24/7. So we need like a place to just store all this information and save it somewhere. So I'm going to exit out of this. For this video, I'm going to be using Google Sheets, but the same principles apply for Airtable, for Google Docs, for a form, for a database. It doesn't really matter, right? We're just storing it somewhere. So I'm going to type in Google here. Let's do like Google Sheets. Google Sheets. Let's do append a row in a sheet. Append just means add another row on the bottom. I've already connected my Google account, but if you haven't, just click on create new credential and sign in with Google and you should be good. Resource should be one sheet within a given document. That is correct. Operation is to append a row. Let me select the document. Google Map leads, and maybe I can just show you what this looks like. So here's my sample Google Sheet. Name, address, phone number, search term, right? Very simple stuff. Come back here. The sheet itself, well, there's only one in here, right? Leads, I think that's what I've called it right here. Yep. And the final thing is just gonna be populating these values. So title will be name, I guess. Address will go down here. Phone number goes here, and search term goes here. Looks like that's all the information. Like this is basically just this up here, right? So if you've got different labels, if you have more stuff, then this will change accordingly, which is kind of nice of N8N. Final thing is gonna be test step. So if I click on this over here, it's gonna do its thing. And then when we come back to this screen, we should see the leads just pop up right here in a nice spreadsheet for us to use. Hopefully you guys found this video useful. Like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want more content like this. And if you want to see how I built an AI email assistant that responds to my email inbox, watch this video here.